Good afternoon, everyone. This is Mike Epperson with the National Weather Service in Slidell. Going to give you our briefing for Thursday, October 24th, 2024. So getting towards the latter part of October, there's not a lot to talk about, but there are a few things to take note of. I added a few things to the slides that did not have before. So going on to the situation overview, we haven't had any rain in the forecast for a while. We still don't have any till the last I looked was maybe 20-30% on going into early next week, meaning like Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. Wouldn't get too excited about it because even if you get rain, it's probably not going to be that much. We've had some patchy fog, more so south of I-10, meaning like South New Orleans southward, towards the Chaffly Basin. Looking into tonight, tomorrow morning, it may be a little more towards that far southwest area, meaning from like Iberville along Chaffly Basin down to Terrebonne, Lafourche. Those areas may see a little bit more of that moderate type fog and maybe a little more widespread. But overall, it's not a huge impact, and kind of looks like we may lose some of that going into the weekend. Temperatures remaining pretty much what you've seen. We'll look at the forecast through Monday, but just on a little bit of warm side for this time of year, and no tropical impact for the next week. So going on to the weekend forecast, part of the slide deck. If you just take a look at that, it's pretty much highs in the 80s, anywhere from low to mid 80s, close to 90 in a couple locations, like around Baton Rouge and Slidell, the North Shore area. This is all through Wednesday. I'm through Monday. Going into like Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll probably see temperatures dropping at least some, but not a lot, meaning like 2, 3, 4 degrees as far as highs and lows. So no appreciable differences. I do want to mention about that fog, or not necessarily about the fog, but if as dry as it's been lately, we've seen a couple fires. We've noticed that without much wind and what we call a strong inversion, a lot of that smoke's not really getting that high up. So yeah, you may notice if you get any wildfires to develop in your parishes or counties that that smoke kind of lingers. So just keep that in mind if you happen to get any fires, that you could have some issues with that, especially if you're looking at fires near major roadways, things like that. So visibilities could be an issue, but that's really the only impact. As you'll see, we go through tropical weather outlook, nothing from Hurricane Center for the next week. Beyond the week, there's some models that are showing some development. So just kind of a reminder that hurricane season doesn't end to end of November. There's a reason for that, because you still could get some development. Like that Western Caribbean, sometimes Southern Gulf of Mexico, landfalls for Louisiana and Mississippi steadily drop off when you get towards the latter part of October going into November. But obviously it's not impossible. So, but at least for the next week, we're good to go. Drought monitor, bringing it up because it haven't rained in forever, it seems like. So officially the drought conditions are developing, where you've got some moderate or severe drought starting in southwest Mississippi and some of the adjacent Louisiana parishes. I'd expect the next outlook, they can do it once a week. I expect the next one to show basically a general expansion of all those areas, anything from D0 to D2, because when you look at the next slide, which is kind of, it's not something we show typical. Climate Prediction Center does they do a monthly, a 30-day rainfall forecast. So on average, kind of what we're looking at is probably the same trend we've been seeing. October is typically dry for us, but based on kind of long-term stuff, we may be looking at a little bit more below average going into November. So kind of keep that in the back of your mind when you're thinking about, drought conditions expanding and how that could impact you in your parish or county. You could see that continue to at least be the same, or if not worse.